the NEI Report on SBTJ Internet Radio with your host, Doreen Wade.
Hi, I'm Doreen Wade. My guest is rapper Sissy Rich. Thank you for joining me today.
No problem. I'm excited to be featured.
You call yourself the world's first gay rapper. Why do you...
Let me correct it.
Okay.
I don't call myself the world's first gay rapper. The government is trademarked as me being the first gay rapper, so, therefore I can say that's my name, but I didn't go after it. I was crowned as the first gay rapper because it's a lot of gay rappers and stuff that I've heard throughout my time of trying to come out, but the reason why I call myself the first gay rapper because it's more than just me saying, oh, I'm the first. I'm the first one I feel to do it right. I did in 3 months so far what people who call themselves trying to be gay or anything else like that probably have been trying to do for the past 2 years. I did it to a successful bidding that's going to happen. And at the end of the day is when you hear people say, oh, I didn't choose the game chose me, because like I told you, I was a person that was just on YouTube turning on the instrumental and just freestyling and just rhyming and rapping and everything else like that just because I could.
Do you feel that the record industry basically controls rappers or entertainers?
To be honest with you, I don't feel like it's controlled. I just feel like it's a lot of people who kiss ass. Excuse my French.
This is the NEI Report on SBTJ Internet Radio.
I was on my second tour of combat duty when I got injured. After extensive rehab and learning how to use a wheelchair, I started looking for an apartment. But many units had steps and narrow doorways. I fought for freedom and thought I would be free to choose where I live.
My husband and I are blessed with 2 young children. Recently, we thought we had found the perfect apartment online, but the listing said no children. Our dream was to have a family, but now that we've found our dream home, we're being denied because we are a family.
After the phone interview, we assumed the apartment was ours.
But when we showed up, the manager was quick to say it's no longer available.
These individuals all experience some form of housing discrimination. If it happens to you, know what to do. Be informed and aware of your rights. The only way to stop housing discrimination is to report it. Take action and visit HUD.gov/fair housing or call HUD's Housing Discrimination Hotline at 1-800-669-9777. A public service message from HUD in partnership with the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Conversation, issues, information that will affect your daily lives on the NEI Report with your host, Doreen Wade, on SBTJ Internet Radio.
Hi, I'm Doreen Wade, and I would like to thank you for joining me on the NEI Report. My guest is Sissy Rich. Sissy will be talking about the CD Party, I Just Wanna, and a little about the life of rapper Sissy Rich. So, Sissy, thank you for joining me today.
No problem. I'm excited to be featured.
Tell us a little about Sissy Rich, where you're from, different things that you want the audience to know.
I'm currently residing in Orlando, Florida. I'm originally from Miami, Florida. I'm 21 years old. I'll be 22 April the 17th.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Thank you. The whole thing about Sissy Rich is it's a movement. And when I say a movement, I mean that to say talent is talent, and that's my biggest thing that I throw out to the audiences, to my fans, to my supporters, even my haters. And I'm here to prove that talent shouldn't be limited by sexual orientation, race, economical background, or anything else, of that matter and beyond. Well, the whole thing about Sissy Rich, as far as me emerging, it started December the 26th, 2011. A YouTube video of mine was submitted to a big hip-hop media site by the name of WorldStarHipHop.com. And when that went viral, in a matter of from then to now, which is about 3.5 months, I managed to create a big following for a local person without anybody behind him, because I do everything by myself. I don't have any manager, any type of help or something that probably another independent artist would have.
Okay.
Everything is with me. And from December the 16th, I went from having 0 fans on my Facebook fan page to 101,000. I went from having 1,200 followers on Twitter to 270,000 plus at the current moment. I went from having 1,200 probably YouTube views to having 1.3 million. And what I'm telling people is the message I'm delivering is talent is talent. And what a person needs to understand is, how can a person tell me, for example, what's rap, what's not, what's going to be accepted, what's not going to be accepted, when I have 100,000 plus other people who's my supporters who are rooting for me, to make it. And at the end of the day is how my mind frame is set. Is I like to be in a positive environment. When I say a positive environment, I don't care about negativity, because at the end of the day is, right now, I'll stop rapping right now if we could be one person in the world who's never been talked about. They talked about Jesus. So at the same time, my whole method and mind frame is, I don't care. I know it's a lot of things, a lot of doubters. I know what people say, and that's why it comes also with my name as far as being Sissy Rich. I'm calling myself, labeling myself what society is labeling me as, to show society words don't hurt me. If anything, I'm going to capitalize off of it and, use it to my advantage.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't hurt me. So that's why even with the name Sissy Rich, it comes from, because I'm labeled as a sissy, the gay person, homosexual, whatever they want to call it. And when I say rich, I don't mean rich as economical value. I mean rich as to say, as long as I'm rich within myself and true to myself and my heart, I'll be rich forever.
Very good. So now let's go back a little. Now, the video came before the single?
Yeah, I just started taking all this serious and getting in the studio and everything, probably, let's say, January. It's like I just bust out on the scene, and I have a buzz that's going for me. I went from rapping on other people's beats on YouTube, just freestyling in my Range Rover or whatever vehicle that I'm in, with friends, making it a joke, to now I have proven to the world that I can actually go and make real songs that people relate to, that people will dance to, that, that my fans that I do have appreciate. And it's like they demand it. Like, I'm on demand. And it's like for the past 3 months, I have put out consistent music. I probably released 49 to 50 songs in a matter of 3 months. And that's why I don't understand, even with people who do have deals and that are signed and that goes into hiatuses and stuff, I don't understand how they can do that when they're blessed with the opportunity. And it's me over here trying to get that opportunity. And I'm putting out more consistent music, good music, than artists who have deals.
That's great. Now, you call yourself the world's first gay rapper. Why do you...
Let me correct it.
Okay.
I don't call myself the world's first gay rapper. The government is trademarked as me being the first gay rapper, so, therefore I can say that's my name, but I didn't go after it. I was crowned as the first gay rapper because it's a lot of gay rappers and stuff that I've heard throughout my time of trying to come out, but the reason why I call myself the first gay rapper, because it's more than just me saying, oh, I'm the first. I'm the first one, I'll feel, to do it right. I did in 3 months so far what people who call themselves trying to be gay or anything else like that probably have been trying to do for the past 10 years. I did it to a successful bidding that it's going to happen. And at the end of the day is when you hear people say, oh, I didn't choose the game chose me, because like I told you, I was a person that was just on YouTube turning on the instrumental and just freestyling and just rhyming and rapping and everything else like that just because I could.
I get what you mean. So then, do you feel that the record industry basically controls rappers or entertainers? Or
well, to be honest with you, I don't feel like it's controlled. I just feel like it's a lot of people who kiss ass. Excuse my French. And when I say that, I mean as to say that I don't feel like it's controlled because you are your own person. Because it goes back into the statement that I made before when it says, if a person tells me, oh, what you're doing isn't rap or this and this, and it's like, okay, well, how can you tell me what's rap and what's not? And I have 102,000 fans over here who telling me, yes, Cece, you my favorite rapper. Not only my favorite gay rapper, you're my favorite rapper, period. So, and it's like it has gotten bigger than me. If you go on our website, you can see like little messages I screenshot all the time, like from Facebook. I have people write me from Philly, from UK, from even different parts of the United States telling me that they have AIDS. Some people tell me they have cancer. And the reason why they tell me this is to say that I make them want to keep fighting, because what I'm doing, you know, is labeled to the world as bravery, or labeled as something that nobody would probably ever see as a success story in the making. And so it's like right now, if I gave up, or I was worried, if I was the type of person that cared what people said about me and I just gave up, one of these people could say to themselves, oh, you know what, I might as well just kill myself, because if they ran him off from doing what he dreams and what he was going to make a difference, you know, in reference to, it's like, oh, I might as well just give up my life right now. So it's like it has gotten to be bigger than me. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
Or just to be a person that's a regular person out here, and then I have people, you know, just to have one person listen to my music that is supposed to be something that, you know, is hard for me, it seems like it's easy because I'm just being myself. And I feel like if people in the world can be themselves, they can get further than what they believe, because that goes into what you said about, do I feel like it's controlled? You know, it's controlled to make people think, oh, you're going to fail, or to think, you understand, that you're not better than this person or better than this person. That's just like what I tell people when I say, you can't tell me who's my favorite rapper, just like I can't tell you who's the best rapper to you, because I feel like that kind of title is a title that comes from within oneself. Just because this person may be the best or favorite rapper to me doesn't mean that's the best or favorite rapper to you, no matter if 700,000 votes says that they are the best rapper.
Okay.
So it's like, I feel like even if it is controlled, I'm here to not be under the same type of stereotype or ratio that everybody else has been up under. I'm not here to be controlled. I'm here to, you know, be myself. You know, it has gotten me this far. That's like right now, if somebody told me to change up now, I'll be a fool, because look how far I have gotten. And I haven't been on a long journey so far, you know, as just what I have gotten so far, magazine covers, inquiries about Cash Money records knowing about me, and their producers want to come meet with me on Tuesday on South Beach to talk about my direction I want to go, to be in, you know, conversations with executive producers from Sony Music Group, trying to, you know, shop me around and want to help me to get to where I'm going. You know, I can say that I'm blessed just to experience what I'm going through.
Okay. Now, explain to me a little. I read something where it said somebody called your music homo hip-hop?
They call it their homo hop. Like I said, I'm the type of person, I'd rather criticize myself rather than have the world, you know, criticize me. And instead of me going in a corner and crying, I'll laugh about it. So I might as well laugh about it with myself. And I gave it that title to say homo hop. It can be hip-hop, it can be homo hop, because at the end of the day is, you know, I feel like nobody can say what's hip-hop and what's not, because, you know, I feel like as long as I have a person in my corner that's bobbing their head to my music, it could be homo hop, it could be bullcrap hop, it could be anything, because at the end of the day, it's still Sissy Rich.
Okay, and at that, we'll be right back with our guest, Sissy Rich.
This is SBTJ Internet Radio, and you're listening to the NEI Report with your host, Doreen Wade. Celebrate and unite with Picture This Productions' These Are Our Heroes calendars. 2012 produced a commemorative product, a calendar called These Are Our Heroes. Each month, a portrait of a hero graces the pages of the calendar. The 2012 These Are Our Heroes calendar is a representation of Black history. But remember, heroes are people who change the fabric of time, not just for one race, but for all races. And at Picture This Production, we always give you heroes, not icons. To learn more about These Are Our Heroes calendars, please check out www.pickthisproduct.com. That's www.pickthisproduct.com. Or contact President and CEO Ernst Chevy at picturethisproducts@hotmail.com. Picture This Productions has many commemorative products such as t-shirts, puzzles, mugs, laptop bags, and so much more. Come check us out. Conversation, issues, information that will affect your daily lives. On the NEI Report with your host, Doreen Wade, on SBTJ Internet Radio.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Doreen Wade, and if you're just joining me, we are talking to rapper Sissy Rich. Sissy, again, thank you for being with me.
No problem, Doreen.
Now, tell me, how did you get the name Party I Just Wanna for your single?
It's a very self-explanatory type of name because that's just the chorus on repeat. Party, I just want to party. So really, I think that what I should answer is probably the message behind the song. You know, the title comes from the chorus on my song, and the purpose of the song is just a feel-good type of song to say, you know, no matter what you are or who you are, you know, you just want to party, you just want to let loose. You just don't care what anybody else has to say while you're in your feel-good mood. It's like a feel-good song.
From this single, your proceeds are going to whom?
A nonprofit organization here in Orlando by the name of The Center. It's a center preferably for the LGBT community, and also they are...
Explain what that is for us lay people.
It stands for, the L is for lesbian, the B is for bisexual, the G is for gay, and then the T is for the transgender, which makes up the complete labeling of the gay lifestyle. But in short, we just label it as the lifestyle.
Oh, that's great. I want to commend you on that because, you know, a lot of people say they're going to donate and do things, but sometimes it just never does happen.
Yeah, because even before I even was going to donate my proceeds to the single, since I was around like 17, I've always been a person that's been like involved with different things, and I've always had like a kind heart. Even from when people see my YouTube videos, how I've helped certain homeless men get home for Christmas, and you know everything else like that. I mean, I'm not buku rich, or I'm not. You know, I'm not a high power, but anything that I could do, and if I could help an individual or somebody or a group, I would be willing to, if God allows, and it's in my willing that I'm able.
Well, you aren't right now, but I can see that you're on your way.
Thank you.
Now, did you just take this video and just go for it, or did you first attempt to put music out there and see if record producers or managers or something would do it?
No, I didn't, because I have done songs before, as far as, you know, like in my area of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, but it wasn't nothing that I did to say, okay, well, let me put this out in hopes that a record producer would notice me or anything else like that, because even with songs that I did before 2011, it was on other people's instrumentals, like other rappers who've already made it. It was something like a thing that was like amongst the people that I was around. And then after, when December came, that's when producers came at me and different people hitting me up. And, you know, that's when I had got into the whole knowing of buying my own productions, having my own rights for my songs. Everything that I do now is my own stuff. I have my music on iTunes, even on my website. You know, you can hear different sounds from me, and everything now is me. It's mine.
Okay, tell us the name of your website so that my listeners can go to it.
My website, it's www.sissyrich.online.com, SISSYRICHONLINE. I'm always updating on there and blogging on my site with different music or my upcoming, you know, type of show dates and upcoming things that I have going on. And also they can go there to view me on the cover of SN Magazine. It's preferably a straight magazine, heterosexual magazine company, for a label for hip-hop for the heterosexual world, and they have me on the cover for the April edition.
Very good.
And then I'm also supposed to be on the cover of another straight magazine that's supposed to be coming. It's just I have a lot of things, you know, different things going on. I'm just trying to remember them as I go.
That's okay. You can just throw it in at any time if you remember it during the conversation. Okay. I read something about you somewhere that said, you do not rap gay. You are just gay. Is there such a thing as rapping gay? I mean, I'm kind of unclear of that myself.
As far as from the heterosexual standpoint, when somebody says, oh, like, I don't rap gay, I think it comes from the standpoint of saying my lyrics aren't sexual.
Okay.
If I send a link on Twitter or I say, go listen to my music, they'll write me, they say, okay, well, how do you actually rap before I listen to your music? And I'll respond and I'll say, well, I'm not talking about if that's what you mean. And their response will normally be, okay, good, I'm going to check out your music. So I think that's what they mean when they say, rapping gay. I don't give sexual content. I'm not that kind of rapper.
Okay.
I never did a song before that talks about my bedroom. If anything, it'll talk about my lifestyle as far as, me being gay or what I've been through and, different type of things of that sort or whatever the case may be. But I won't say that I won't do that kind of music. But at the moment, that's not the kind of music that I'm putting out because that's not the kind of music that people are wanting to hear, especially for me to go to a mainstream level. It's already talked about so much from that you hear with females or with males and everything, and I'm proving that even if it was allowed and it was respected for me to come out rapping like that, I'm here to show that I don't have to be a follower and do what the last generation did to try to make it to where I'm trying to go, which is the top in my own lane.
That brings me to a good question that I would ask you is, once you do get into so-called mainstream rap America, will you change?
This is my whole game plan, and being honest, I feel like when I'm labeled to be mainstream America is when I'm blessed to get a deal. And what people have to understand is when I'm mainstream America and I've already made it to the point where I'm trying to go, I could do whatever I want, to be honest, because at the end of the day is I'm in my chair. If I feel like I want to rap about me doing this or this or going here or doing this, I have the ball in my court. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like when you go to an interview for a job, you're on your P's and Q's, you're so nice and everything else like that, whatever, but you could be the meanest person in the world. But the person that's interviewing you for the job, they won't never know. But once you're in your chair and once you're there, or you can even probably surpass them and get to a higher position, it's like you can do what you want because guess what? The person that interviewed you, probably 5 out of 10 is not going to be the person that's going to have the say-so to say, you know what, you're fired or you're not fired. So that means you go from saying, okay, you know what, I'm going to kiss this interviewer's ASSS. I don't have to anymore because I have the job. Now I have to go to kissing the boss's ASS.
I gotcha. It has been said in the hip-hop world, it takes both extraordinary talent and confidence to succeed. Where do you think yours comes from?
I feel like mine comes from because I'm different. Even the Love and Hip Hop producers told me, they were like, I'm different, I'm determined, and I'm going to go so far. And me answering your question is to say that, for example, Nicki Minaj. If you look at Nicki Minaj, you'll hear so much controversy. You'll hear so many reminders of her failures before you see somebody announce her triumphs, which is so much. And I feel like she went so far because she was different. She wasn't afraid to do what a lot of female rappers wanted to do. She wasn't afraid to go out there on stage and to the world or to her haters make a fool of herself, but without anybody reminding the fact that she's making a fool of herself, but she's getting paid millions. And that's to say that I feel like when you're different and you do have talent and you stand outside the box, that's going to get attention. And bad publicity, good publicity is still publicity. So I feel like, my confidence and everything comes from because I'm already a strong person. My mindset is that I don't care what anybody has to say about me. That's like if I get to the point of where I'm at and I could turn on my television and somebody could say, oh, Sissy Rich this or Sissy Rich this, or I can hear this on the internet. At any time, I have the option to, guess what, turn my television off. I have the option to block a person from on my Twitter. I have the option to delete them off my Facebook and don't respond. Because by me responding to negative energy, that's taking away from my positive energy. I feel like my confidence, my self-esteem, and everything is very, very high, and that's why I feel like I'm such a significant and great choice as to be an asset to what we call the rap game. Because I'm in my own lane, I'm making my own decisions, and I'm living my own life. And I'm becoming a voice for not only people of what the society labels as my kind, but also to everybody. Goes back into my main statement is to say that talent is talent. I'm at a standpoint now, I have so many people behind me. It's not only a requirement for me to do, but, it's just something that's just making me, do, and that's just giving me my confidence in everything else. It's like my fans, my supporters so far, even my haters, if I have any, they're the reason why my confidence is so high. Because I'm here and I'm on a mission, and I'm not going to stop until that mission is passed.
I once asked a very good friend of mine who's a writer. He's also a writer for me, and he was on my show. Is it harder being black or being gay?
Well, to be honest, I don't have a problem with being black or being gay. I'm the kind of person or homosexual that people will label. I hang around heterosexual individuals. I have hung around drug dealers. I've hung around ex-cons. I've hung around, people that's labeled dangerous to society. I've also hung around the business-minded corporate people from not only my lifestyle, or whether it's friends of a family, or whether it's cousins I have, or aunts, lawyers and judges and different type of things like that. So, I'm an all-around person. And when I say all-around person, is I've never been the kind of person that's labeled running home from school because this person wants to gay bash me, or being in a type of predicament where I have to be placed in a predicament where my race or my sexual preference plays a key part to put endangerment, within myself. I can't really answer that question. I know it exists in the world, even from with the Trayvon Martin situation and different things that's going on, even when I hear about homosexuals getting gay bashed by males. And my thing about it is we always look at the bad things, but keeping it honest and real, a person to be so quick to talk about how these heterosexual men will want to beat up people from my gay community, but nobody talks about how these heterosexual men will be friends with people from my gay community, and the gay community will go and lie to whether if it's a female amongst itself, or go tell a fabricated story to somebody to say, oh, I sucked this man's penis, or I did this. And it gets back to these people, and now people wonder why you see that this man wants to gay bash this gay person in particular and every other gay person, out there, and doesn't want to even be friends with them because a relationship was messed up over lies. That goes, with the gay lifestyle and with the straight lifestyle, and even when it comes to heterosexual, with people lying in different things. So I feel like, some people are lucky to not have the problem, and some people are not lucky to have the problems. I just feel like it's something that is a society that, it still exists. I never went to it.
Now tell us, what are future plans for Sissy Rich? I mean, do you have albums in the fire that you want to do? Do you have a book?
I can see myself, if 10 years from now, if my career allows and my career is successful, trying to visualize my future, I'm not going to be just a rap artist. I want to write a book, just because my story or whatever I could talk about, it probably won't concern this person, but it could be somebody out there in the world that they're motivated by it, because I have a lot of people that tell me that I motivate them, for whatever reason it is that they choose to say they want to be like me. And I see in my future, I just see success. It's just something that I just can't put out. If you watch my YouTube videos or you hear people that know me or you listen to my music, I always stress the word meaning I'm real, or I live in reality. I don't really like to say hypothetical situations, because I can say I want to be the richest person in the world. I want to have a glass house with a panoramic roof. And guess what? 10 years from now, it may never happen. I can say I want to be successful, and I can get through all the endeavors and everything else like that. And then guess what? It can still be something out there that can prevent it from it happening, not just because it's a hate on me or it's anything bad, or it can just be fate. I never know. But as far as me saying my future, only thing I can say is I just hope that I'm successful. I just hope that while I'm here, I could change and touch lives, and and like I keep saying, prove it to the world that talent is fun.
Sissy, one more time, can you tell us how we can obtain your music?
I'm on iTunes, which is a very popular choice of receiving music, my original music that can be purchased. I can be looked up by my stage name, Sissy Rich, and then it'll bring up, my songs on iTunes. They can search on YouTube to listen to. I usually sometimes put songs on YouTube to see my freestyles, to see my different blogs I have on there. They can also go to my website again, Sissy Rich Online. They can also go to my SoundCloud page that I usually put my music on, and then I upload it onto my website. And my page on SoundCloud is soundcloud.com/legally famous. Spelled the right way, LEGALLYFAMOUS. That's the only places right now where my music will be